Welcome back to YellowCard Vanguard. I'm your host, Toku from It's Toku TV on Twitch. Throughout the week, I'm streaming Vanguard on my Twitch channel. We'll be building decks, playtesting, and just having a grand old time, so be sure to swing on by. With new clan collection reveals coming out every day, you know what that means. It's time for a new chapter of clan collection cores. I want to preface this video and the entirety of the series by saying that many of these lists are entirely conceptual and surface deep, and will need your own playtesting to fine-tune. But each of these will aim to provide a way of thinking on how to take your new support in Clan Collection 3 and 4 and put it into a working deck. They won't all be optimized, but I believe they will be a good baseline to build off of. Welcome to Clan Collection Cores. Last time, we featured Locks, and now it's time to feature the main character from the hit anime Shirokume Cafe, and that is the polar bear, Polaris. Nothing about Polaris reads anything about gacha nature, but it comes equipped with many power requirements, which is reminiscent towards Big Belly's success support. We already featured Coiling Duckbill and Locks in the last video, so this clan collection core will be a tad shorter since we only need to talk about Polaris. So, introducing the big bear himself, battler of the twin brush, Polaris. Only one effect here, so it better be a good one. Once per turn, at the end of the battle that this unit attacked, you can counterblast one and choose one rearguard. This turn, that unit gains the power that this had. Afterwards, if that chosen rearguard's power is 50k or greater, you can restand said rearguard. Furthermore, if it's 70k or greater and your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or more, you can also restand Polaris, and Polaris will gain 15k. At first glance, Polaris seems decent. A restanding Vanguard that doesn't have any hand associated costs is a +2 to hand every time that you resolve it. The reality is, due to its ridiculously high power requirements, you are forced to warp your deck building in a way so that you are able to reach said power thresholds. Because you've leaned into front over criticals, you'll never have the option to have a restanding 2-crit Vanguard as well. Regardless, let's see what a Polaris deck would look like. The win-con of the deck is fairly obvious, and that is to resolve Polaris multiple times. Polaris's best target for a unit to ever hit 70k or more would be Amber's Triangular. So to start, we're going to run a full playset of both Polaris and Amber's Triangular. Most other cards in our deck should now be teched to boost said Ambers to the power threshold required. 3 copies of Hamdon gives Ambers a 10k boost, and in our grade 2 line, we can run 4 copies of Measured Fossa to use its skill to also donate Ambers another 10k boost, and we also choose to run 4 copies of Binoculous Tiger for its effect that when he mills a trigger unit, your front row gains 5k, which, due to Polaris's effect to donate Polaris's powers to Ambers, it leads to a total of a 10k buff once again to Ambers. In our grade 1 line, we have 4 copies of History Scholar Bushborg, ran for its effect that after the end of the battle that it boosted, you can sack it to give Ambers another 10k. Hopefully, amongst all of these various 10k boosts that we have, we do hope that Amber's Triangular reaches the power that it needs, being 70k. Every other slot that we have now is technology for what we need to hit. We obviously run 4 copies of Mini Belly to find our Polaris and Ambers. More importantly, because Mini Belly is a 13k booster, that 13k would then apply to Polaris, which then applies to Ambers as well. And in our last 6 slots, we run a cute package to try and force front triggers for our Polaris and Ambers. We run 2 copies of Black Lacquer Isabel for her stack effect because of how important sometimes that front trigger can be. And we also run 4 copies of Scale Toucan for its effect to actually bounce back Black Lacquer Isabel back to hand so we can reuse the stack effect for the next turn, or if we didn't see any fronts this turn, could use Mini Bellies to shuffle the deck and try again on the Isabel. In our trigger lineup, as stated before, because of how important front triggers, actually counting for 20k towards 70k requirement rather than just 10k, we are playing 8 front triggers, 4 draw sentinels, and 4 grade 3 heals. Only other way I can think of changing up the list is in the last 6 slots between Isabel and Toucan, and in these slots we would opt to run just consistency boosters or tech. Things like Afflated Lemur for a way of resource management, or even Duckbill, since we do have rearguards that do get retired via effects from Fossa, from Bushboek for itself, so Duckbill will be able to also recuperate some hand for us too. In any case, this has been it for me from this episode of Clan Collection Cores. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more content like this and like the video as it helps motivate us to keep the gears going. Leave a comment down below because every little bit helps the channel. This has been Toku from YellowCard Vanguard. Toku out.